Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here today, because we have an emotionally powerful story to talk about, one that has stirred deep reactions across the entertainment world and left many fans questioning the fine line between personal happiness and public image. Today's video centers around Turkish actor Cenk Torun and his wife, fellow actress Cenk, a couple once seen as the embodiment of glamour, chemistry, and success. But recent events have revealed a much different reality, one that is raw, human, and undeniably painful. In a world where relationships are often polished for the public eye, it's easy to believe the fairy tale. Especially when it involves two actors with undeniable on-screen chemistry, who seem to have found that same magic off-screen. For years, Cenk Torun and Cenk were viewed as a golden couple. Their joint appearances, warm gestures, and shared projects painted a picture of balance and mutual respect. But, as it often happens behind closed doors, reality had its own story. Cenk Torun, widely admired for his dramatic talent and commanding presence, recently shocked fans by publicly announcing the end of his marriage. This was not a slow fade or a vague statement, it was a direct, emotionally honest revelation. In his own words, he stated, "Yes, I'm getting divorced, because I'm no longer happy in my marriage." Those words landed like thunder in an otherwise calm sky. His statement was not filled with blame or bitterness. There were no accusations, no detailed explanations. Instead, it was a confession born of emotional exhaustion, an acknowledgement that even those who seem to have it all may still feel deeply unhappy within. While many were caught off guard by the announcement, others saw it as a brave move. To speak openly about such personal pain in the face of media pressure and public scrutiny requires an enormous amount of strength. In doing so, Cenk gave voice to the many who suffer in silence, who smile for the cameras while feeling empty behind the scenes. Cenk's admission didn't just surprise his fans, it reignited conversations about what it means to maintain a relationship under the spotlight. Fame, as glamorous as it may appear, brings with it an incredible burden, the expectation to appear happy, harmonious, and perfect at all times. But no one can live up to perfection, not even celebrities. Sources close to the couple revealed that the relationship had been strained for quite some time. The spark that once defined their connection had been slowly dimming. There were efforts to repair things, private discussions, time apart, counseling attempts, but eventually, both realized that something fundamental had changed. The emotional bond that once held them together no longer gave them peace. Friends and colleagues of Cenk say he wrestled with the decision for months. He worried about the impact it would have, not just on their public image, but on Cenk herself. Yet in the end, he chose authenticity over appearances. As news of the divorce spread, many turned to social media to express their support. Messages poured in, some from fans who were heartbroken by the split, others who related to the story on a deeply personal level. "Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away," one user wrote. Another said, "Thank you, Cenk, for showing us that happiness matters more than maintaining a facade." Cenk, for her part, has remained mostly silent. She has not made any public statements about the situation. But according to insiders, she too had been emotionally distant for some time. Friends describe her as composed and focused on healing. While the separation was painful, it was not a complete surprise to those closest to her. In private, she has reportedly been surrounding herself with family and close friends, seeking comfort in quieter spaces. What makes this story even more intense is the fact that the couple worked together on the hit TV drama Azaret. Fans had long admired their performances, and many had begun to blur the line between fiction and reality. Their on-screen love was often viewed as an extension of their real-life relationship. Knowing now that they were struggling behind the scenes adds a layer of poignancy to those dramatic performances. Some have even gone back to re-watch the series, trying to catch glimpses of what they may have missed before. Cenk's decision has also brought attention to the emotional pressure actors face when working with their real-life partners. It's not easy to separate personal emotions from professional roles, especially when both are so publicly intertwined. One source even revealed that filming certain scenes became emotionally exhausting for them both, as they had to portray love while quietly managing emotional distance off camera. So where does this leave Cenk and Mahesine? At the time of this video, Cenk has taken a brief hiatus from acting. He's focusing on personal growth, taking trips alone, reconnecting with his family, and quietly preparing for what comes next. There are rumors of an upcoming project in a very different genre, one that may allow him to step out of the romantic lead role and into something more introspective. Mahesine, meanwhile, is said to be considering new international opportunities. She has always expressed interest in expanding her career beyond Turkish television, and some believe this new chapter in her life may be the push she needs to take that step. It's too early to tell what the future holds for either of them. But one thing is certain, they are choosing to move forward with dignity. There's no drama, no scandal, no media war. Just two people choosing their individual paths, after realizing they can no longer walk the same one. And for many fans, that alone is inspirational. This isn't the story of failure. It's the story of transformation. Of two people who once loved deeply, and who now have the courage to let go. In a world obsessed with happily ever after, Cenk and Mahesine remind us that sometimes, the most mature form of love is knowing when it's time to say goodbye. Their story will continue, separately, but respectfully. And for those who followed them through the highs and lows, their honesty will be remembered long after the headlines fade. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If this story resonated with you, please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and click the join button below to support our work. Your voice matters, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and never be afraid to choose peace over perfection. See you in the next video.